Hey friends, what is going on? Happy Friday. Happy early Veterans Day. I know some of us have our kids home from school. If you are a veteran, then thank you for your service. We are eternally grateful for the freedoms that we have to live and to take advantage of. We live in the greatest country in the world, and I love having pride for that. So, thank you, veterans. Okay. I want to share with you guys the Faith Over Fear author project that we are working on, and we're really excited. So, if you are not interested in being published in a book, or you don't have an incredible story about overcoming, something hard in your life, a struggle, having faith over that fear and using that as the avenue, we're creating a book collaboration. And so I'm looking for 20 to 30 people who have an incredible story. Now, maybe you've looked at becoming an author, and if you have, it's upwards of $20,000 to be a published author, and we're doing this as a collaboration. So my very first book collaboration is right here. I did this a few Decembers ago. It's called Habit for Women Action Takers: Life Changing Habits from the Happiest Achieving Women on the Planet. And this was a collaboration. We all invested into the book as a team. We all wrote the book. We all have our own chapter. And what's really cool about this is there are people that really have an empowering story, and it needs to be shared. It needs to be shared with the world. And guys, the message is in the mess. And we don't realize that until sometimes we're through it. And some of us are in the mess right now and we don't see a way out. And it's really having faith over fear. And I love that that is really a trending vision right now. I think people are tired of what we just went through the last 3 or 4 years. I think people are frustrated. I think that there is a lot of just people are just ready to move on. People are ready to move on. People are ready to move forward. People are ready to focus on their health. They're ready to focus on their families. They're ready to focus on their futures and not live in that fear anymore. And so this was a book that we wrote as a collaboration. There is an investment involved, but we are willing to take payments. It's $1,000 for you to get your own chapter. Now, this was just an example. The book that we are doing, which is with my publicist, her name is Tina. She is fantastic. So this is the last book collaboration that she did. And again, if this isn't for you, there are chances that you know someone that has a powerful story. So just share this video. You can download it. You can share it with people. You can put it into groups and or tag a friend below or put them in touch with me, because I've looked into being an author and it's 20,000 plus. It's expensive, and the whole like AI write a book in 30 minutes bullshit. Like, people are looking for real connection. They're looking for stories from people. So this was her last book, called Be a Glow Stick Girl. And the premise is that when you have a glow stick, you have to break it in order to shine, right? So these are all incredible stories of ordinary women who turned their brokenness into extraordinary strength. And so we're kind of piggybacking off of this idea a little bit, using our powerful stories and calling the book Faith Over Fear. And it'll be, extraordinary people who have gone through just some crazy traumas, challenges, things in life that happened that we don't share, that we don't talk about, because a lot of times we're worried about what people will think, or the shame or the guilt. I can remember going through some struggles in my own, which I'll share in the book, that I didn't, and that I still don't talk about out loud. But it wasn't until I got through that mess, right? By surrounding myself with the right people, by having safe places where I can talk about, what I was going through and how I was feeling, so that I could navigate those emotions to make a better decision for my future, not for myself, but for my kids, for my spouse, for the people that I was directly, impacting in my life. So that is the book collaboration. We are going to start it as soon as we get the 20th, 30th person. It won't be no more than 30. It could be 20 to 25 authors. It'll be $1,000 per chapter, and we are going to allow you guys to break that up in 4 payments of 250. No, I think we're going to do $265 if you need to break that up in payments. It's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be 8 weeks of coaching to write the book, to write your chapter, to get your story out, to put it onto paper so that it's, written in a powerful way. So you're going to get 8 weeks of coaching with my publicist. It's going to be a lot of fun because it's going to be a closed group. It's just going to be, the 2025 of us writing our books together, sharing our powerful stories, creating community, creating friends for life. This book, I met so many incredible people through this book, but also having that authority that I can say I'm a published author. I'm a #1 Amazon best-selling author because I was featured in a book, and yes, I invested in it. But if I were to write a book, I'm going to invest in the book with my own time and my own money and my own energy, and it's a lot of fun. So if you know anyone that has a powerful story, that's used faith over fear, that has a triumph story, has a hero story, we would love to meet them. We would love to collaborate with them. There is an investment. It's $1,000. You can split it up in 4 payments of $265, and we want to start this book as soon as we get the 20 to 25th person. So I have done a ton of posts, and I've got phone calls scheduled with about 25 people, which is why I chose to go online, because I don't have time to call 25 people. And I'm really looking for people who are serious, who want to write a book, who want to get their message out. When I was recruited to write this book, it was like, oh my God, I can write a book for a fraction of the cost and be featured and be on podcasts and tell my story. And there's links in here so people can find me. Like, that was a no-brainer because I knew my story would help other people. So there's someone that that is feeling that same way. Like, man, I can't afford to write a book, but I read these books from all of these incredible authors sitting right here, and I know how powerful it is when you tell your story and you inspire other people with the steps that you took to overcome, the challenge, the problem, solve the problem. So I'm really, really excited for this book. It is the first of many. We've got this book coming. We've got the book Greatness Through Gratitude coming. A few other projects. A girlfriend of mine is writing a book for veterans only. So there's a lot of incredible things coming through the works with my publisher and with what we're doing as a community. So we're really, really excited. And again, if this isn't for you, please don't keep this information to yourself. Please share this video on your Facebook wall, in your stories, into groups. The best places for people that want to be authors, they are in small business groups, future entrepreneurs, right? They've self-identified that they're a small business owner, they're an entrepreneur, or they want to be. They may not even know that they can be a published author for $1,000. And it's a really a no-brainer decision for someone like myself that doesn't have the 20 grand to write a book, but can get all of the leverage, all of the publicity, all of the advantages of writing a book, and also sharing your story and helping other people overcome with what you've got going on. So please share this video. Please share it in groups if you're in groups, with small business owners or entrepreneurs, or anyone that that is a small business owner. Typically, those are the ones that we're kind of attracting into our lives, because small business owners, man, we go through some stuff. We go through some stuff, and we go through it together, and we collaborate. And right now, with where the world is going, you're going to see a lot of small business owners get started, because my husband is another one. I shared on my wall today that their companies merged, and I've gone through this. I've been alive long enough to understand the patterns of history, and what happens if you've been in a company for a really long time, and you typically start making around 6 figures or more. Then there's going to be a cycle within that company where anyone who's making that amount of money, but has the skills of someone coming out of college for that same position, then they're going to get laid off. They're going to get fired. They're going to get furloughed, whatever the company is going to call it. They'll get a severance pay. But they will. I've gone through it. I've gone through it with several companies. My husband's going through it right now. It is going to happen, and people are going to lose their jobs. And now more than ever, we need to support small business owners. We need to support the person that has the dream for their family. We're not here to become millionaires. We're just here to put food on our table and create memories with our kids. We're just here to make sure that family values stay intact with our family, because the ideas that are out in the public right now are not conducive for every single family, and we need to be able to have those freedoms and options to instill values in our children. And that is one of the things that I think being a small business owner has been the greatest benefit for us, because I don't want to use the word control. It's not like we're controlling our children to live in a bubble, but we do have a say in what they see and what they're introduced to and the kinds of ideas that they're introduced to, because we're home. I'm a present mom. I'm with my daughter. So you're going to see a lot of small business owners start popping up right now, and they need your support. And your support doesn't necessarily mean that you need to buy their shit, especially when half of them are selling them so wrong on Facebook. It's ridiculous. I get it. I don't want to buy their shit either. But what I'll tell you is they can learn how to sell it the right way. First of all, if they're selling it wrong and spamming you with their shit, tell them to call me, because that's not how we sell on Facebook. It's not how we build. But you simply sharing a post, telling a friend, supporting their launch, like, it doesn't have to be, this crazy big thing to support a mom that wants to put food on her table and wants to be home with her children. I think that families need to come together now more than ever, because the world is weird and there is a lot of strange information. It's my opinion and my opinion only that society doesn't even know the difference between an opinion and a fact anymore. We are hiding behind our keyboards and arguing about things that we don't have intellect about. Because if you watch it over here and then you're arguing over there, that's not an intellectual conversation. It's pretty much gossip. And the social media presence has allowed keyboard bullies to come out and just freaking wreak havoc. I've always been one for freedom of speech. I'm clearly invoking my right to speak freely. But I have never understood more than ever why we do need to censor people that shouldn't be able to speak. And I don't mean that in an offensive way, but the videos that are coming out that are celebrating victim mentality, that are celebrating poor me, that are celebrating boo hoo, wah, wah, I can't get it done. There's no inspiration in that. It's like, oh, good, you have ADHD? Me too. Let's just use that as an excuse to never create anything in our life. Now, again, if you have it, I'm pretty sure I have it too. So I'm not here to be like an offensive jerk face, but I'm here to say I'm not going to want my child, right? We have to think about our children. Life is about who we are raising. And children are the most important thing, because they are the future of this world. So, what information are we putting out there? Are you putting out there posts and videos and things that your children would be following? Would your children be proud of what they're seeing from you? I know that I've had to, take a look at what I share and what I do and be like, man, my daughter wouldn't be proud of that post, and really kind of think about that. And so anyway, I don't mean to tangent off into left field. I'm actually really excited about this opportunity, because I know for myself, when I got started, it was 20 grand to start a business, and now it's 150 bucks. So you're going to see a lot of people that can find $150 in their grocery bill to start a small business, and within 6 months double their salary. Now, I can't make any financial claims, because I don't know if you're actually serious about creating freedom. My back was against the wall when I got started, and I had to borrow the 20 grand. And the fact that you can do it for $149 is pretty crazy. But also, because it's only $149, typically it's half a grocery bill for a lot of these families right now. So it's not necessarily enough to make someone kind of do that commitment to be a business owner. There's a lot of responsibility with being a business owner, but it is the most rewarding thing in the world to help someone else quit their job, or to help someone else not have to worry about their groceries next month, or gas. You're going to see foreclosures coming out of the woodwork right now at an all-time high. And what I want you to know is foreclosures and divorce are the product of about $400 per month. Divorces over $400 a month and foreclosures over 400 a month. And that's a really, really simple goal to strive for, and you don't have to leave your home. You can do it all leveraging social media and short form video, and get out and just have a voice and use your own personal journey as a way to inspire one or two other people. You don't need a team of millions of people. You don't need to be Facebook famous. You don't need to have a million followers. You don't need to know what to do. You don't need to know any of that stuff. You just have to commit today that you're tired of the struggle, or that you're worried about the future, right? I'm worried about the future. Jesus, it is bananas. Like, we need God more than ever right now. So, anyway, that's my faith over fear tangent. I have a call with my team in 20, so I'm going to pop off. Again, if you know anyone who is interested in being a published author that would love to collaborate, we are going to work on a payment plan. So don't let the $1,000 be overwhelming to you. It's 4 payments of $250. I also shared a business model on $149. I can show you how to get the $2,000 or $1,000 and write the book. There's a lot of things that we can do together if anyone's interested in putting food on the table for their kitchen, for their families, for bringing their husbands home, and putting family values above the bills. All right, my friends, have a great day. Happy Friday.